If you wanted to identify hickory trees by their leaves, one would have to understand what a compound leaf is. So in this video, the sparkling structure, is that a leaf of a hickory tree? No. And note that the stalk is not swollen where it meets the stem. There is no axillary bud there. In contrast, if you were to look here, is this whole region made of multiple leaflets? Is this a single leaf? Yes, because leaves can be identified because they are swollen where the stalk meets the stem. This is the site of an axillary bud. Perhaps the best known hickory in the eastern United States is the shagbark hickory. This large tree can grow well over 100 feet tall, records up to 150. It can live more than 300 years. The leaves are divided into 5 leaflets typically, although less commonly 3 or 7 are possible. It is easy to identify this tree because the bark starts to peel away from the trunk of the tree at both ends while remaining attached in the middle, giving it a shaggy appearance. Pignut hickories also have 5 leaflets. The first 3 leaflets are typically not as large relative to the others as compared to shagbark hickory, and the bark is not shaggy. Although in shagbark hickories, that characteristic appears in more mature trees, so a young tree may be difficult to distinguish between pignut and shagbark hickories. In this video, note that pignut hickories, like other hickories, have flowers which are pollinated by the wind. The male flowers hang in groups known as catkins, and wind can blow the pollen to female flowers which grow in spikes. Bitternut hickories typically have 7 to 9 leaflets, so more leaflets than one would observe in the first 2 species. And the first 3 leaflets are not significantly larger than the remaining leaflets. One can also identify the species because the buds are yellow. Mockernut hickories also have more than 5 leaflets, but the first 3 leaflets are significantly larger than the others, unlike the bitternut hickory. Hickory trees, being related to walnuts, produce nuts, and these nuts are valuable food sources for a variety of animals: squirrels, raccoons, chipmunks, bears, foxes, turkey, and Native Americans also used hickory nuts in many of their foods. The wood of hickory trees is hard, hence Andrew Jackson's nickname of Old Hickory, referring to his toughness. Andrew Jackson had a number of hickory trees planted at his homestead.